The medic looked at my feet skeptically. My boyfriend blurted out the question that no one wanted to ask. "You're done, right?" Kevin said to me. The question pissed me off, but I couldn't blame him at the time for asking. I had just run 60 miles, 10 miles longer than I had ever run in my life, and still I had 40 more to go. No one, after seeing my feet, would advise me to go on. Hell, I knew that I probably shouldn't go on, but I had to. Kevin peered over the medic's shoulder as he peeled off my socks. Both of them gasped. The balls of my feet were smothered in puffy $half, my heels were completely blistered, and my toes had been overtaken by small pockets of white, painful bubbles. One of the $half had already popped, leaking clear liquid steadily down my heel. The medic began to work on popping the other blisters while Kevin shook his head in disbelief. This was my first 100-mile race, and it was already clear I had a lot to learn. I'd made several mistakes. I was, for instance, nearly late to the race because of a last-minute dash to Walmart to buy a flashlight. It hadn't occurred to me that running 100 miles would take all night. And now I was suffering the consequences of my worst mistake. I was running the Rocky Raccoon 100 in Huntsville, Texas, a part of the country I knew nothing about. I lived in California, and I had no idea that the Texas humidity would make my feet swell the way a sponge expands after it soaks up water. I brought several pairs of socks. I knew you had to change them during a race, but I didn't know that I needed shoes a half size larger than usual to make room for my ballooning feet. California's dry air never gave me such problems. I'd never even had a blister before. Now my shoes were transforming my feet into tenderized hamburger meat. The medic scowled as he continued to work on my feet. Though initially stunned by the blisters, he was a medic in an ultra running race, and he'd probably seen worse. At least I hoped he had. I sighed with relief as fluid spilled out of the puffy pouches. He then started wrapping my feet in duct tape. Yes, the heavy-duty silver tape people used for household repairs, from leaky pipes to broken door handles. Until that moment, I didn't know duct tape could also repair leaking blisters, but that was one of the many things I had yet to learn about being an ultra runner. The tape secured the blisters against my skin, and when I got up to test them out, they felt pretty good for the first time in hours. So no, Kevin, I wasn't done.